The world map is its own attraction when you go see Herb and Ann. The den wall is covered with red pins of every city that they've ever visited in their travels. And I don't mean Tennessee, I'm talking Tanzania or other points.
Since I have been a volunteer in education, I guess for about 50 years, the level of the intellect of today's children far exceeds what it was, and the information that they are required to master is enormous. Herb was Associate Administrator of NASA, and so I decided to write a grant to NASA to see if I couldn't make our school district a NASA Explorer School District.
Ann has a passion for science. She has a degree in physics, and so when we would be doing labs, Ann was always there, and we were doing video conferences with NASA, Ann was always there, and her enthusiasm is absolutely contagious. You know, the children know when someone's really excited about what they're doing, and so they'd be excited and they'd be running to Ann, look at this, Mrs. Rowe, look at this.
When I first met Ann, was part of the Jason Project, and she pushed our science department really into that, and we used that program for a number of years. And you know, just being around somebody that's that passionate and that willing to get involved, she's in there with the students, learning as much as they are, and she continues to be really involved in a lot of different ways. Yeah, her passion and her advocacy for science education has been just phenomenal.
I'm in the area of sciences, and my degree from Northwestern was a major in chemistry and a minor in physics and math. And so I've always worked in the schools from the perspective of science. Herb's interest is in English.
Herb started the English-speaking union branch here in Naples about 22 years ago with one of his good friends, Bunny Dudley. You and the Education Foundation received the benefit of Herb and Ann's vast world knowledge simply by being in contact with them and having that perspective. We, as members of the English-speaking union, have an opportunity to further that and preserve it.
When we joined the ESU, Herb was president at that time, if I'm remembering correctly, and he is a very active doer, and he goes and works hard, not only through the Education Foundation, but with the ESU.
Herb and Ann are two of the most wonderful people that Florence and I have ever known and had the privilege to work with. They're like the Energizer bunnies. They keep going on and on and on. And they operate behind the scenes primarily.
I met Herb Rowe in 1991 when I first applied for a scholarship because they were offering teachers the opportunity to go to England, and it was my desire to study Shakespeare. Exeter College was a beautiful, beautiful experience, and it really enriched my academia.
Ann has participated in my classroom particularly by funding the Connect with the Classroom grants. Every year I do a project called Recipes for Life, and she has given my kids the experience of creating their own book and seeing what the whole writing process is all about from beginning to end.
We haven't been able to find people who are as committed as they are. They are our great, great ambassadors.
There's a lot of conversation goes on about helping others and giving to others, but it's easy to help others when you don't expect any recompense for it. You don't expect to be rewarded for it.
I believe that all of our children are entitled to a good education. We've done a lot in education in the Collier County Public Schools. I'm very proud of what we do.